Today I'm going to expose a truth that might get me a lot of hate, and possibly this video might be taken down and might get deleted, so make sure that you watch it before it gets deleted. But it is the truth that you need to hear. I am talking about the dark side of American universities that thinks of you just as a cash cow, and especially if you're someone who's coming in fall 2025 for your masters or for your bachelor's, you want to carefully choose your university, where you are going and where you're investing your $50,000 to $100,000. So this video is to help you understand the reality of how certain universities who really were good, but then they started to downward trend, and the whole marketing gimmick and all of it. Hopefully you watch the full video. If you're new to this channel, my name is Yudi and I was an international student 10 years ago, and I've been working in the tech industry for more than 8 years in United States now. And on this channel, we talk about everything from studying in United States to building a successful life here. Also, a quick announcement, I am going to be in India. I'm organizing the biggest study in USA workshop. The event is on 26th April, 27th April and May 4th. Link is on the description. Please register. It's absolutely free. And I've been doing this for last 3 years, and these are by far the best workshops. You will learn a lot from this workshop. I'm gonna get you ready for your internship and co-op and on-campus job and all of it. I promise you'll learn a lot and you'll not waste your time. Again, if you're planning to come into United States for fall or maybe for spring, please come register. I'll see you guys in the India. And the reason I'm making this video is I've visited these universities, and when I went to these universities, I asked this one question as part of my research to understand more about university, that hey, if I give you a magical power to go back in time, would you choose this university again? And guess what? More than 90% of the students said absolutely not, and that was shocking. So that is when I started to dig deeper and do my research more and more, and finally I was like, okay, I think I have enough context, enough research to make this video to help you understand how they got popular in first place, why did people choose it, and why do people continue to choose it, and how can they fix this mistake. Let's go back in time. So 2014 to 2020, these universities really worked hard to get all the attention. Okay, so in 2014 to 2020, they did work really hard. They made sure that they were doing everything they could for students' future and their success. And because the students were successful, they were getting a lot of word of mouth. For example, I went to Chico State in 2014, and during my time, I had a great time at Chico State. So when people ask me about Chico State, I would say yes, yeah, you should absolutely go for it because my experience was good, right? And so word of mouth continued to work. And right before COVID, if you didn't know, India became the hottest market for international students when it comes to universities, because the number of students wanting to go to study abroad, not just United States, but study outside of India, just kept growing double and double and double every single year. And it became $1 billion industry before COVID. So obviously a lot of universities realized that, okay, India is a very big market and we need to figure out a strategy on how to get more students from India, because there are so many students who are planning to come to United States and are already coming to United States. So how do we target these students? And before they could implement their strategy, something happened, COVID, right? Obviously, there were travel restrictions, and for almost 1.5 years, they faced severe losses because very less international students wanted to study like online version of it, do some form of hybrid program, because a lot of universities like, okay, yes, you can't come to United States, but maybe you can do 1 semester or 2 semesters while you are in India and then come to United States. By the way, I have a lot to say about hybrid programs and also expose them as well. So subscribe if you haven't already. So to recover these losses that universities have faced, they went all in terms of marketing, and they got very aggressive in partnering with as many consultancies as they could find in India, and they started offering $5,000 to $10,000 for every single student. A consultancy will send it to their respective universities, and that is when things started to get really crazy. Let me explain. I was in India like a couple months ago, and I was shocked by the number of agencies and study abroad consultancies have opened up. Again, not a bad thing, but there are so many consultancies have come up because they realize that, okay, if I can just partner with some universities and if I can convince a student to go to that university because they went through me, I'll make $5,000 for one student. So if I just send like maybe 100 students, that is a lot of money, right? Even if I just send like maybe 10 students, that's $50,000. I mean, that's crazy amount of money for just sending 10 students to a partner university. So what happened post-COVID in 2021? Everyone who wanted to go to United States, obviously students are lazy and they don't want to do the research on their own. And that's why I'm making this video, because I'm seeing the pattern. I've been talking to the students. So before I get to that part, whenever they would go to consultancies, and they would just recommend the partner universities. And even if you as a student will say like, no, actually I want to go to these universities, what about this university? And if those universities are not in their partner list, they will try to scam you by scaring you, saying that, hey, I don't think your profile is eligible for that university. I don't think you'll get admitted. I think you might have issues with visa and so and so. They'll come up with some excuse so that you don't choose those universities, because they will not make money off of you and they are going to lose the money. Maybe you have paid 40,000 or 50,000 rupees, but that's not where they are making money. That is just an operation cost for them. The real money is when they actually send you to the actual universities where they have partnered with. I'm probably going to make a separate video to expose them as well. So continue subscribing. So that was the big thing where these universities got even more popular because they went aggressive in partnership. But that was not the only thing that was working for them. In 2021, something also happened. Tech market was growing. I mean, every single student had 2 to 3 job offers. No matter which universities they went to, the tech market scene was amazing. I mean, it was the best time ever. Everyone had multiple job offers, 6-figure job offers. So that also helped in getting more and more international students. And these universities used it, capitalized on that opportunity, used it as a marketing strategy, started saying 100% placement rate. And that's good at 2021, but it is no longer true in 2025. I mean, you would be lucky even if you have one offer. So the problem is, these universities have not changed those marketing tactics. They still claim that we have 100% placement, which is not true. One of the other marketing tactics that universities is their co-op program. Now, yes, it is a good program that you are eligible to do co-op, and you can go to any university. Most universities will allow you to do 3 months of at least summer internship, and you are allowed to do the internship for full time while you're taking courses. That's called co-op. A lot of universities will let you do that if you just ask them, if you just convince your department, but makes it sound like they have figured out the marketing strategy. They know how to say it to Indian audience, and it misleads people, thinking that, and I know many of them told me this thing, that they thought that they will get co-op, but that is not true. I mean, yes, you are eligible to do the co-op, but you still have to do the extreme hard work of getting and finding the co-op on your own. Out of 3,000 students that they bring in every single year, maybe 5 or 10 students get it from that portal. Rest all have to still find it online. They have to go to LinkedIn, they have to go to Indeed and still look for the job for themselves. Another thing that people get attracted to marketing is the brand of the universities. Look, again, like I said, from 2014 to 2021, these universities did work hard to build their brand. They they think that just because they have a branded university, they're going to get a job. That is not true at all in 2025 job market. I have students in my job hunting course. They are still struggling. So don't think that it is a branded university and you are going to get job. Yes, you will have a slight more advantage because of the brand. There is going to be an alumni network and you can reach out to these alumni network. But if you follow the right strategy of cold emailing and cold messaging, which I teach in my ultimate job hunting course, you can also get the same advantage. But I will give it to them that because of those brand, you do get some slight advantage in terms of reaching out to people. But just because of that, you're going to get a job and someone is going to give you job in your platter is absolutely false. Another thing is, if you get a RA or TA job, what they forget is there are 3,000 students and only 50 of them maybe will get this tuition fee waiver. The rest 2,900, they end up having not a single job on campus. So they have to go find job somewhere else. I am not kidding. These universities are crazy when it comes to like job market or even on-campus job, there are more than 3,000 to 4,000 students every single year coming to these universities, and these universities will not stop. They just want to keep admitting more and more students every single year without realizing that they don't have enough on-campus job. I mean, it's not their responsibility to get you an on-campus job, but it's your responsibility to do this research. So what happens is these students just use a pathway and then they forget their whole purpose and they start working off campus. And then you're putting yourself into the risk of like ICE and getting deported and all of it. So I know the struggle. On-campus job is extremely bad. Yes, these universities have brand, but at what cost? Here's another thing that students struggle with. Because these universities are large and have such a large batch sizes, you can't even get to enroll in the courses that you really want to take in each semester. Let me explain. So before every semester starts, you will be given a window that you have to enroll in the courses that you want to take in that semester. But the class size, the course size will be limited to 60 to 100 students. But the batch size is like thousands of people. So how do everybody get into the course that they want? Unfortunately, you won't. Only 60 to 100 people will be admitted and rest will have to compromise and take something that they don't even probably want in first place. I mean, I've spoken to the students who told me that they spend entire night in the library because library has the fastest internet connection versus their home Wi-Fi. So they will spend the entire night because the registration opens 6 in the morning. So that way they can stay entire night. In the morning when the 6 o'clock hits, they start hitting refresh so they can get into the courses. That level of craziness goes in after paying $60,000 or $80,000. I mean, what's the point of paying so much money and still not be able to take the courses that you really want to take and then have to compromise to take something else? So make sure that you do this type of research before you choose that university and before you finalize your university, or at least have some form of strategy that this kind of things are going on in this university. So I need to make sure that I am like ahead of the game and I am like in the library and like at 6 o'clock I'm hitting the refresh and get into the classes. So my recommendation is that instead of looking at just overall university brand, start looking at a specific program in that university, because it is more important for you to understand how this program is well known in the job market and for that university versus how is this university well known. Don't just blindly fall for marketing tactics. Regardless of which university you go to, it is going to cost you $40,000 to $100,000 depending on which university you choose. And I know that you're probably going to be like, I don't have that much money. And you're like, you're like me who comes from a middle class family. You're like, I don't have a property for a loan. Who's going to give me a loan? Well, good news is Empower Will, who's sponsoring this video as well. If you don't know about them, they give education loan to international students just like you and me without collateral and co-signer, purely based on your merit and your future potential. What I love about them is that they are not a typical lender. They don't just focus on giving you the money and forget about you. No, they want to make sure that you are successful, because literally if you are not successful, there's no security for them. So they will be at loss. So they have to make sure that you are successful. So they stand by you from the loan process, giving you the loan, visa, make sure that you have visa help, make sure you have career help so that you get an internship and full-time job and so on and so forth. I also teach their job hunting bootcamp as well. So you can do absolutely free eligibility check under 60 seconds. Link will be in the description, or you can scan this QR code. Another thing that started now, what happened is 2023 job market started to go really bad. Okay. People were not getting jobs. But when students were planning to come for fall 2023, fall 2024, they are talking to the students who are in 2021 or 2022. For them, their experience is great because they have multiple job offers, they have co-ops and so on and so forth. So they are taking information from wrong people. And because they didn't realize that, okay, right now the market is extremely bad, they kept on going. So 2025 students, make sure that you talk to students who are in 2024, not someone who graduated in 2022 or 2021, because they did have a slight more advantage because of the job market. But right now, the job market is brutal. So you better talk to students who are in 2025 and ask them like how many job opportunities they have, or how many jobs have they applied to? What about the on-campus job? Ask those hard questions right now to the students who are studying or who graduated in 2024, and they will tell you the reality. Okay, now let's talk about, where things started to go wrong with these universities that I'm talking about. These are the cash cow universities. I call them cash cow universities. I know they're not gonna like this if they're watching this video, but look, I'm all about growth. It's great if you are growing. I'm happy for you. Like, universities should grow, international student market is growing. Great, it is helping overall. But what happened is they forget about you as an individual. They are thinking that, okay, 3,000 students, if on an average everyone is paying $70,000 fee, that's going to be $200 million in the fees revenue. But they forget you as an individual who is taking $70,000. They are not thinking about how it is impacting you. If they grew by so many millions of dollars, they could have reinvested that some of that $1 million, maybe $1 million or $2 million, to create opportunities for you. How hard is it for them to give LinkedIn Premium? They know how important it is, but they will not do that. How hard is it for them to provide $500 scholarship to go to conferences? Make sure that you go to conferences. How hard is it for them to give you access to job hunting courses or job hunting tools and so on and so forth? I mean, it shouldn't be that hard for them to invest $1,000 back into the students. Instead of giving $10,000 to these consultants, give back $1,000 to the students, which will help them to get internship and co-op, and your students itself will recommend to the other students. Like Purdue universities, I mean, when I was there, everyone was wanting to recommend their junior because their MEM department, at least I'm talking about MEM, I don't know about other department, they make sure that you do go to the conference. They make sure that they take you to Google offices or campuses, different companies. They make sure that you have access to interview preparation tools. They make sure that you have access to like job plugins and all of that. It is in their interest to make sure that you are successful, because if you are successful, you are going to recommend other people. But these universities, they're just all about making more and more, giving more and more admits and making more and more money off of you. Because again, it is not their responsibility to give you on-campus job. It is your responsibility. But what is being told to you by your consultancy, again, this is also their grade. They are telling you that you should go, you will figure out on-campus job. On-campus jobs is easy. And you just believe them blindly, thinking that, yeah, I mean, I will get on-campus job. And when you come here and you realize that, okay, my God, like 5,000 people are competing for the on-campus job. How am I going to stand out? You don't have on-campus job. So now you have additional that $1,000 of expense that you thought that will be waived off because you will have an on-campus job. Now you don't have that. And I have made like an extremely detailed video about this situation. Go check it out. Link will be in the description. As they grew, they should have focused on the quality and keeping the value also growth based, not just same standard. The faculty ratio is now even more harder. Like there's going to be 300 students versus one faculty. Like they should have provided more staff. Like why wouldn't they grow overall and not just think like, oh, let's just keep all the profit to myself? Here's another big problem when you choose these universities. See, these universities got greedy and they started admitting everybody. They started giving admits right and left. Almost every student who applies there will get an admit, or because they have partnership and they see like, oh, this is our partner, we need to give an admit. That started to happen. And because of that, it impacted overall cohort and peer quality. Now, I know I'm going to get hate for this. Some students will not agree with me this over here because everyone is getting at it. Some students who only care about getting a visa, coming to United States and forgetting about why they came in the first place. Their sole purpose is to go do illegal off-campus job for unlimited hours, because again, you are doing off campus. You can get 40 hours, 50 hours, even 60 hours. I've seen students doing 60, 70 hours in restaurants and motels and gas station. I mean, why? That's not why you came to United States. I understand that you got the gist of like, oh, I can make $2,000, $3,000, and then they just forgot about it. And having such people around you in your cohort, as a roommate is terrible for you, because if the people around you is not motivated, it's not ambitious, it will impact your productivity and you will also be less motivated and less ambitious. I am telling you this. This is going to impact your mindset. And because the cohort quality has gone down, everybody's getting admitted, there's going to be a lot more drama, there's going to be a lot more politics, there's going to be a lot more groupism, there's going to be these people are from South India, these people are from West India, these people are from this, and there's going to be like weird things going on. I know this. I want to share the details and truth to you guys so that you make wise decision when it comes to your future. So things started to go downwards from 2023. Market shifted dramatically. Hiring freeze happened, layoffs were happening. Even though all this were happening, students were still coming in, right? They are still coming in. Universities are like, this is the time. Nobody's going to realize it. Let's just keep bringing in. Even the market is so bad. We're not going to improve anything about that. We're not going to worry about the students. We're just going to, this is the time. Let's keep cashing the money. So the market became extremely competitive during this time. So 2024 and 2025, that's why it's so hard, because there are people who laid off from Meta, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, all these big companies. You're competing with them. You're competing with people who are coming with experience, and these all unexperienced people are like struggling right now. So again, I strongly feel if these universities grew so much, they have so much of international student market, because again, I just counted, like, right? If you think about it, just 3,000 students, 50,000 on an average, $50,000 fees. If you take that, that's $150 million in tuition fees. How can they not spend $10 million out of that to make sure that you are successful? I just don't get it. But they don't care about that. They just want to make sure that they keep filling the classroom, they keep giving the admits, and they just keep making money. I genuinely care about you and I want to make sure that you are successful. So here's my advice to every single student, international student who's planning to come in fall 2025. Be extremely cautious when choosing a university. Your education isn't just another transaction. It's actually a big investment that is going to define your future. Don't rely on the false promises that your consultancy is making you. And don't rely on just the brand name and marketing gimmicks of the universities. Do your research. Don't just blindly listen to me as well. Talk to the students who are in 2024, in 2025. Also talk to students who are in 2023, 2022. But make sure you do holistic research, not just one student. Maybe talk to 10 different people. Maybe talk to alumni. Maybe talk to the current students. Deep dive into LinkedIn profile. I mean, it's going to clearly tell you that, okay, they started their master's program in 2023. In 2025, they should have graduated, but they are extending their master's program. They don't have anything. So do this research. Yes, it is going to be hard work. Yes, it's going to take time, but you will be so thankful that you made the right decision. Please don't be afraid to ask hard questions, whether it is to me or to the students or to the, if you're attending faculty sessions or whatever. Now, I know you're probably wondering which are these universities that I'm talking about. Honestly, I'll get into trouble, a lot of trouble, and even probably defamation lawsuit if I start name dropping these universities. And the worst outcome will be that this video will be will be deleted or taken down, which will not be helpful. And then the reality will not be shared. So I am assuming that you're smart enough to figure out where do the masses go, which are these universities. And I'm also counting on the community that they are watching this video and they will share their experiences, hopefully. And then you will be smart enough to figure out, read between the lines, what are these universities? So regardless, my main point is that you need to do the research. You need to take control in your hand. Don't let consultancy drive you in a direction where you probably don't want to go. Even if they have an opinion, make sure you have done your due diligence before you make that final decision. And if you are planning to come for fall 2025, I am telling you, I'm requesting you, please come join our ultimate job hunting community, our WhatsApp group. You will find the seniors who are studying. You'll get the real advice from me. I'll be in the WhatsApp group as well, and we'll work together for your success. And don't wait until very end. Start today, because my course needs to start today so that you can start working on your profile and networking and all of it. I know. Anyway, I hope you're still watching this video, and if you are, please let me know what you think. If you have any question on this topic about your university, which university you're going to, and all of that, I am starting a new series about reviewing the universities. So please let me know which program and what universities you are planning to go. And I hope to make videos on those topics. And again, if you're planning to come to United States in fall 2025 or spring, I'll be in India. come to those events. We can talk. We'll have plenty of time for Q&A as well. I hope to see you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep smiling and keep hustling. You gotta hustle every single time.